Hello everyone, this is going to be the fifth episode of the Seb Ahmed podcast, and today we're going to talk about how to fix your life as a man. So, the first thing that we want to talk about is to replace your bad habits with good ones. Because whatever bad habits you have, like everyone knows that you should remove your bad habits and they're obviously bad for you. And whatever bad habits you have, when you stop doing the bad habit, when you eliminate it, then you are left with some free time. And unless you fill that free time up with a good habit, then you might end up going back to your old habits, because when you have free time, that's when you do the bad habits because you have nothing else to do. So you might as well do whatever your bad habits are, like eating fast food, eating unhealthy, like watching adult movies, whatever you're doing. So when you remove these things, you want to replace with a good one instantly to fill up that time. So it can be going to the gym, it can be practicing martial art, it can be going running, it can be anything physical like this to improve your physical health, or it could be reading books, it could be learning something, it could be whatever else, just a good habit.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, certainly you're correct in that, replacing bad habits with good, because it's important to understand that bad habits hold you down from potentially you making yourself, potentially making your life better. Um, so bad habits ruin people. I've met people who had bad habits and they're like, all of a sudden we're having a good time, speaking, having fun, whatever. And then all of a sudden you're like, hold on, give me like 30 minutes, like I need to go to do something or whatever. And usually like that's a bad habit, what they're usually doing. I think we're all of us um know what we're talking about. So um yeah, certainly. So bad habits slow people down. They, in my opinion, also uh like they don't let people reveal their full potential to what they could be actually doing. And I mean, yeah, pretty much good habits can not just maybe, let's say, cutting off bad habits, that's one point, right? Where you
Yeah.
stop doing them. But when you replace it with good habits as well, it's like you've already gotten better when you stop them, and now you're boosting yourself by doing good ones. So like, that's like 2x power.
Yeah, it's in a way, when you cut out the bad habits, you stop the going backwards, and then when you start doing the good ones, you start going forward. And something that people miss, and I have also got this in the past, when you are removing a bad habit, but you think like, that's not that bad, maybe I'll do it sometimes, maybe I can do this, like it's not that bad, maybe I can play 1 hour of video games and I'm gonna just play 1 hour and I'm gonna stop. Like whatever you're trying to quit, whatever bad habit you're trying to eliminate, don't go back to it and don't think it's okay, because once you start going back to it, you're gonna get dragged into it. Because when you completely cut it off, everything is going great, and when you do it a little bit, then you're gonna remember, oh, this feels good, and then you're gonna do it more and more, and you're gonna get dragged away and start going backwards again. Because when you basically, good habits push you forward and bad habits drag you backwards. So why would you want to drag yourself back after doing good? So let's say you had a good day, you did a lot of good things, and then at the end of the day, you do something that drags you back. Why would you do that? Like it's not like it's not eliminating your progress, but you're wasting your time at the end of the day, and you're also maybe dragging yourself back into whatever you were doing before.
Certainly, yeah, correct. So exactly, like, why drag yourself down when you can continue your progress that you started already? Like, don't waste it. Like, don't let like what you've done already go to shit.
And also one thing, like if you want to do something before bed or whatever, like you had a great day, and now before going to bed, you're gonna play video games or you're gonna watch something. Uh, like basically, yeah, you did everything for the day, but then remember that you are also losing sleep when doing this, because whatever time you need to wake up tomorrow, like maybe you're not gonna do anything productive before bed. Let's say you're tired and everything, so you're not gonna do anything productive. you can just go to bed instead and have more hours of sleep instead of doing the bad habit, whatever your bad habit is, before going to bed. Like, instead of doing the bad habit, just go to sleep, and that's 1 hour of sleep is also kind of like a productive hour because it's more regeneration, it's more rest, it's more whatever. Sleep is very important.
That's true. I mean, certainly, yeah, because you can, if you think about it, yeah, oh, what else will I do? You know, go to bed, get some sleep, recover yourself, get some rest. As Khabib said, like, oh, I worked out, I want to get some rest. I don't go for a walk or I chill a little bit. No, I go to bed, I recover, 1 hour, 1.5 hour nap, back in gym. That's it. You know, like,
Yeah.
so yeah. So we just covered, guys, replace bad habits with good. And before we continue, I think people have noticed I have a good mic now. So shout out to Melzi, who is a friend of mine, who sponsored a little bit, added some funding money to buying this mic for me. So shout out to him. But yeah, second on the list is find faith. I've been there. I've been in a place where, no working out, staying home playing video games, no social skills, no nothing, you know, no friends. So yeah, just pure video games, trying to make it in a professional in a game. And then I realized something just snapped, boom, and I didn't want to play video games anymore. I felt like it was boring. I was wasting my time. So certainly, after I realized that I needed to fix my life, and off of that, I went into finding out on YouTube, Andrew Tate, other other famous influencers. One of them was Life of Jay Wolf, who does trading, and I certainly asked him. I texted him privately and asked him, "Hey, listen, how can I achieve? Like, where do I start from? Like, where do I start from? Because I've seen his progress, and he's went from nothing. He's moved out, you know, one car, lived in a car for a while. And how did he like start? How did he chose this life?" And he said, first you need to put God first and find faith. I was like, that doesn't really seem necessary though to me. But then he showed me a couple of Bible verses and I realized a little bit, and so I started getting into it. But then I was like kind of forcing myself. Sometimes I would forget to pray, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm talking about Christian perspective, just by the way. So for me, it was like, oh, I need to do this in order to get successful, you know. But no, the truth was, now that I realized it after almost a year ago, was that finding God is fixing your life. It's just part of your life. That's how it will be for the rest of it. When you find God, follow Him, and you know, stuff like that. It's not like you're trying to stop all of your bad old habits in order to find God. Some people say that, you know. Some people go to God when they're trying to get, like, how do I put this? They're trying to clean themselves first before going to God. How do I put this? Before finding Him. But obviously, it's like, how do I put it? It's like a shower. It's like taking a shower. Do you clean yourself before going to shower? No, you clean yourself in the shower already. When you're taking a shower. So the same thing, for example, in Christianity with Jesus. You don't go to Jesus when you're already clean. I mean, you could as well, but you go to Jesus when you're lacking Him, when you're lacking the faith. When you go to God when you're lacking faith or you're lacking something. So find God. That's I think number one is to find faith in God, because I've realized that in my opinion, Jesus with me should be in everything that I do. And if I just pray, it's all in God's will. If He will let me achieve what I need to, He has His own plan for me, and I follow it, and I trust Him fully. So yeah, just find faith. That's in my opinion. A lot of people who are not atheists but are doubting their faith in some way, who are Christians or something. You could DM me. It says the Twitter right there. You can go on Twitter. You can tag me, and we can talk about it. Maybe in the future we will do podcasts about some religious stuff. So we could do that all together, and I could hopefully, I don't know, get some of my experience and help. So obviously, finding faith is really important to me, and a lot of people in the world. Is just how to put this. In fixing life, finding faith helps. So 100%. Even if, let's say, X an example, God doesn't exist, but the concept of faith 100% will fix your life. It could be Islam, it could be Christianity, you, it could be Judaism or whatever other religion that you're looking at.
Never mind, keep going.
Okay, so just a part of finding faith and following a religion in life will certainly fix it or make it not even like fix it, will for sure lead it in a good way that will, at the end, the result of it, I mean, the result is when the judgment comes day and sorry, the judgment day comes and if you go to heaven or not. But what I meant is that the result, when you find the faith, everything just becomes easier, in my opinion. That's how I found it. Because you trust in someone and you faith in it. So, but as an example, even if God didn't exist, just the concept of religion, in my opinion, having faith in God, is a good is a good thing in the world we live in. So that's certainly true. We can see pretty much the fact of it on how world is affected, and um but if you guys are struggling and you're like in between mixed with your faith and you don't know what to do, first I suggest is you study your religion if you were born religious, and if you're doubting it, learn your religion, and if at the end you reject it because you're not agreeing with something or you're not going to be fully committed because you know this is not the thing I think I would do, first, like, try your best, study the religion the best you can, and try to be it. And if at the end you feel like, no, this is not for me, because for me it took time, in my opinion. For me it took time to find faith, and certainly I've gotten better since that time, since I've found faith in Lord Jesus. So it takes time. You cannot just expect God help you all right away, right? It doesn't work like this. So if you pray for strength and patience, God won't just give you that. He will put you in situations where you need to show strength, show patience, or develop that. Um, it could be in so many ways. It could be lust. It could be other situations. So just keep that in mind. Like, you cannot just go to God and do stuff just because your life is shit and you expect Him to fix it right away. You need to believe and truly follow the teachings of a certain religion. So yeah, I suggest you just study the religion and try your best, the religion that you're following or you have followed before, if you're struggling with faith. But yeah, so that was number two, which is find faith.
Yeah. And about that as well, it can motivate you to work harder, because one thing that I heard Andrew Tate say famously is, imagine you plant a few trees, like you plant 3 or 4 trees, and some of them grow like weak and they're not really like anything impressive, but one of them or two of them grow and they're really big and really beautiful. Which ones are you gonna like more? The big ones, the beautiful ones, the ones that make it look better? Well, you can see where I'm going with this. So basically, it's gonna stimulate to work harder, to prove that you can do this, and that you are not really to prove that you are the best, but to prove that you are one of the most hardworking. Okay, so the next important thing is to set goals and make a plan. We already have a small episode on this, but we won't talk about this here because this is really a very important thing for fixing your life, because you want to have somewhere that you want to go. Because if you don't have a vision, if you don't have something that you want to achieve, then you're not really going anywhere, and you don't have anything to look forward to. You don't have anything to kind of stimulate you to keep going, to motivate you to keep going. because you need something that is the end goal. Because if you don't have an end goal, you're gonna be just sitting there and doing whatever, and it's gonna be like, well, why am I even doing this? Why am I? Is it a waste of time? Should I be doing something else? What if I try this? What if I try that other thing? Like, no. Make one vision and stick with that vision. Have 2 or 3 goals that you really want to achieve, and let's say they can be for whatever time frame you want. They can be in a few months, they can be in a year. You can do long term and long and short term goals, and basically, you know, you can do short term. Let's say something about business, like you want to, let's say, start drop shipping or something. So you're gonna put as a goal, uh, make $1,000 in 1 month from dropshipping, let's say, until the end of the year. Or you're gonna have, let's say, for gym, you're gonna have to lose or to gain 10 kilograms for the next 1 year. So 1 year from now, 12 months from now. And like this, set goals and make a plan for how you want to achieve this goal, because a lot of people can set a goal, and many people set a goal like this, and we have all seen it. Somebody sets a goal on 1st January or whatever, and he's saying, yeah, I'll stick with it, I'll go to the gym every day, and then he stops. Why does he stop? Because he doesn't have a goal, and because he doesn't have a plan of how to achieve that goal. So he can say, I want to lose weight this year, yeah, but how much weight do you want to lose? How am I going to lose this weight? What am I going to do it? So you always need a plan to achieve the goal. Because if you don't have a plan, and if you don't have things that you want to do every day, you're gonna start slacking off. Because let's say, if it's in the beginning of the year, it's January 1st or whatever, and you want to achieve something by the end of the year, a lot of times you're gonna slack off for a lot of time. Because like, if you don't have a daily plan, like every day I need to be doing this, every week I need to check this. If you don't do that, then you're going to have a lot of days where you're missing it, a lot of days where you're not doing it, slacking off, and then you're gonna realize, okay, it's already August and I have made no progress on my goals. So what the fuck is going on?
Mm. Uh, that's true. It's January's start of the year. Iman Gadzi goes on YouTube and drops the most valuable YouTube video I've ever fucking watched in my life. Maybe you've seen it. How to achieve your goals by the end of the year. And it's like the percentage of people that actually do that. Because people like, how to put this? They like, oh, I have the whole year. Next month, next week. I start next week. And at the end, I realized, oh shit, it is August today. Have I made any progress? Well, yeah, a little bit. But not because I genuinely, yeah, because I genuinely thought, well, time to do something. So never too late. Start today. Same thing with our podcast, guys. Maybe you don't know, but the way we started our podcast was we realized we need to do something, and we had a plan. We had an idea. We made a small plan for it, like a brief a brief discussion that we had, and I believe, what was it, like 1.5 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago we did this
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
podcast. 2 weeks ago. So first day we discussed it. Oh, we should do a podcast. This could be a good idea. Next day we have all the social media done and we already uploaded the first episode. That's how it's supposed to be. If not the first day, then the next day should be done. All of it. So that's you need to, how to put this, you need to act on them. If you truly want to, if you truly want to do something, truly, like God knows, truly, fully, and you believe with your heart, with all your heart and and your soul that you need to start now, and you want to do it, and you're gonna continue doing it, and you're gonna dedicate yourself to do it. If you're not gonna start by tomorrow or today, oh, hello, sorry. Um, but if you're not gonna start today or tomorrow, then you'll never start. I think you guys proved yourself maybe before or a few times. Ahmed, I'm sure that happened to you. Oof, so many times probably, right? 100% happened to me. I know for a fact. Why am I only starting this podcast now? Why wouldn't I start something in January of this year, right? So we're all victims to it, to our laziness and capping. So If you have a goal and you want to set one, you either start today or either tomorrow. No other choice.
And there's two things that I want to add to this. First thing is like something that I have seen one guy talk about. He has a great YouTube channel. Hassan Haider is his name on YouTube. So basically, he said he was talking about is how you have to do it every day, and you have to have daily goals so that you don't slack off. And what he said that I really agreed with this. Maybe you don't start in the beginning of the year, and you wanted to start on January 1st or whatever, but you started in March or you started in June, July, whatever. You start further on, and at the end of the year you actually achieve your goal. Well, then imagine if you started in January. From January to June, you would have already achieved your goal for the year, and then imagine how much you could have grown from June to the end of the year. Like you could have surpassed your goals 5 times more if you started earlier. So that is also very important. Even if you achieve your goal, if you started earlier, it would have been way better. And another thing to basically not slack off as much is when you set some goals, share those goals with somebody else, and when he sees that you are not doing this, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like you said, you want to do this, this, and this. What are you doing to achieve it? You're not doing anything. Just put in the work. What are you doing?"
That's why I never used to share my goals with people
Yeah,
because
because
I
now
knew
they're
I'd
gonna be
never
like, "What are
start.
you doing, though?"
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you gotta don't be a pussy.
Yeah, you have to say the things, and then also something that you can say to these people who like, if somebody tells you, "I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to get this car, I want to live there," you say like, "Make it real, do it,"
Hmm.
because you're speaking it, but make it real.
I mean, certainly, of course. So if you don't make it real, what's the point? Just imagination.
Yeah,
Might as well call yourself, I don't know, psychopath. You're imagining things. So yeah. So that was set goals and make plan. So Ahmed, let's talk about now surround yourself with people who have the same perspective. I think we have a perfect example here, huh?
yeah, and it kind of happened a bit randomly, I would say. Like,
True.
it's a bit of a complicated story, but basically, like, we used to
I would
know
give
each
credit to
other.
God. I'm sorry, but I would give credit to God right there.
Yeah. So we used to know each other like 2 years ago in 2022,
Mm.
like end of July or whatever, whenever we met.
Yeah, midsummer.
Yeah, basically we met each other back then because we wanted to play CS together. So like I was looking for a team and he was creating a team or whatever. So I joined his team. Then we played and whatever. And there was one other guy there, uh, Marco from Serbia. He,
Kofi.
yeah. Uh, so he was there as well. And then later on in 2023, the end of the year, I met him again for CS, and we played a little bit. Then we stopped again. Then in the beginning of 2024, I met him again, and we played a lot with him until like June or July. And then what happened is basically like he went to some other team, and the team that I was in broke up and stuff. And then I wanted to make a team with Seb, and so I met and we talked and we had a really good conversation the first time because like we hadn't talked
Oh
since
yeah.
2022, so it was 2 years. So it completely changed both of us. And back then we used to have a bad relationship, like we didn't like each other
Oh
at all.
boy.
Yeah, it's a long story, but we met. It's I don't know 1 month ago or whatever, and we talked, and it was like 8 hours conversation, and it was great, and we both completely changed, and we actually decided to do this instead of CS. I mean, I will still probably play a bit of CS on the side. I'm gonna also upload some more videos on my channel, and I'm also looking for a team. So if I mean, I kind of found a team, so like we're gonna see what's gonna happen with that in 1 week. But yeah, surround yourself with people. So a lot of things for me personally, a lot of these things happened randomly, like how I found people that are similar to me. So basically, in school, I found some people that are similar to me. So one guy, so it's very complicated to my school because I live in a village and my school is in the city. So basically, in the school, in the village, there is a school that's until 7th grade, but I left this school in 4th grade and I went to the city in 5th grade. And we were a class of like 25 people maybe. And there was one guy that I started kind of talking with, and we became friends, and we're friends to this day, because like after 7th grade, um, it gets divided, because like there's one 5th grade, and then there's like 4 different or 5 different 8th grades, and you choose like which one you want to go to, because they're like one is more focused on mathematics, another on computers, another on science. So we have these different classes, and I went to the class which is like for programming and stuff, and I had my friend there that I knew from the previous years. We were in the same class there, and it kind of happened randomly that we back then we were kids, so we didn't know shit, and we became friends somehow, and then later on we started having the same vision. Like we both started going to the gym. We both started thinking about business and money and stuff like this, and he got into crypto and stocks and made a lot of money from that. And basically, it happened kind of randomly because I didn't know back then that this is going to be the future. Like I was 11 years old when I became friends with him, so it kind of happened randomly. And then with other people, like I have 2 other guys in my class who are great guys, and they're also with this kind of a vision. Like they're focused on their health, like going to the gym, kickboxing, like businesses and stuff like this, and that it's very important to have a good network. Also, they talk about that you know you have to have good people around you. So it kind of also happened randomly that I had these guys in my class, because like I didn't do anything to get them into my class. It was just random, and then we started connecting a little bit in some situations, like talking more and more. And when we found out that we are similar in the mindset and things like this, then we started connecting. So for me personally, I haven't done anything special. I have just had people around me, and then you just kind of talk to people and see uh, where their head is at, basically, like what they're thinking. And I also, uh, I guess I did a good job with getting myself away from the negative people, because there's one guy in my class who is like, bro, I I just don't know how to fucking explain this. This guy, everything that I hear from him is negative. Like he's just a hater basically. He hates everything. Like he says shit about everything. Like we go to the we go on the big break to buy food, and we buy like whatever we're eating, and we're on the way back to the school like eating, and he's talking about how the so there's basically one girl which is taking the orders, and then she's telling the guy who is making the food, and you basically give her the money, and then the guy is making it and she passes it to you. So basically she doesn't really do much, and that guy's like, this bitch is useless, like why is she even there, or they're paying her salary. Like why do you have to talk shit about a person who is just doing their job? Like that's her job. They decided that okay, we need a person who does this, so they hired her, and she's doing this. Like, why do you hate on the person? And there are other cases where he just talks bad about anything, like even about people. Like he doesn't know the person, and he's gonna say something about him, or he's gonna make fun of somebody. He's gonna talk bad things about somebody. I've never heard anything positive coming out of his mouth. He's always saying the most negative thing that you can see in the situation right now, or making fun of somebody, or talking bad about somebody. So I just don't want to talk to him, and I don't really talk to him. I don't really pay attention to him and whatever. Just try to not have these people around you, because it can transfer onto other people as well. Like negativity uh, kind of spreads around people, because like I'm sure if I stay with him all the time and work together all the time, then I'm gonna start being the same way, basically.
I
Like it
agree.
really depends who you have around you.
Same thing happened in my school. We have spoken about this, I believe, in other episode where we're talking about martial arts.
Yeah.
I don't remember which episode was that, but yeah. So, uh, same thing. The same classmate, people who watched the episode. If who didn't, go back and
Episode
watch
3.
some episodes. Oh, episode 3. There we go. So, Um, yes, the classmate who loves showing off and having all the attention. Um, obviously. Um, that guy just, how'd I put this? Everything he put his vision to, it ruined it. I don't know how to explain it. It's like everything he touches,
Ghost shit.
yes, everything he talks about goes to shit. Um, but yeah, so then he oh yeah, I've mentioned this before as well in episode 3. We were sitting in the same row in a row, like in the first row in the class together. He was to my left, and I have noticed after maybe a few days, person was like, oh, he looks chill, because under the mask that he puts in a class, he's nobody, obviously. So I saw the true him, and I was like, well, this guy's no shit. I'm a usual guy who loves whatever attention in school, who peaks in school and then falls off, obviously. But I mean,
Bro,
1% of them
I'll say
actually succeed
something
somehow.
on the side. Like the people who say that high school are the best years, those are the biggest retards in the world, bro. If the high school years are the best years of your life, you're doing something wrong. Like,
They might be the fun years, but the best years, no.
for sure not.
So yeah, so I sat for him a few days because when we were changing seats, whatever, teacher doesn't like that everyone are talking, change seats, whatever. So few days pass, and I realize now I'm starting liking his jokes that I've never liked before. What is wrong? I was like, damn. Now I'm starting to copy some of the things he says. I don't like that. And so I realized I need to cut people off. So which is we actually we have written down some key points on how to fix your life, and then we will talk about it, obviously. So I think not just surround yourself with people who have the perspective as well. In my opinion, you need to cut off people who affecting you negatively. So cutting off people, helps a lot. Trust me. Uh, in school, there's so many people that you have no control of, that you just have to be with them around sometimes, that you have no control of. But if you're in a situation where you can control your surroundings and your environment and your group of people that you spend your time with, cut off everybody who, in your opinion, doesn't match with your perspective, like kind of the opposite, you know? And you're like, oh, it's okay, I can have him around as a friend. Mm, that word becomes a little bit a problem, in my opinion. Sometimes when you think what opinions, what they say, doesn't really match to you, but you're like, fair enough. You say fair enough, or like, oh, maybe, okay, sure. I see what you think. I see what you're saying, you know? But obviously you don't. You're just agreeing with them for no reason. So like, might as well, like, why are you wasting time with them? Cut them off.
Yeah.
So certainly to me that helped. I've cut off a lot of people. I don't talk to a lot of people right now, except Ahmed and a bunch of friends that actually interested in what I do, in my opinion, who talk to me for who I am, and I enjoy spending time with. Genuinely. We're talking about genuine connection with people. Not fake ass for just having to talk to somebody when you're bored. Not like that. So cutting off people when you see there's no genuine connection, in my opinion, is number one part. Second is when they're doing stupid shit that is probably retarded and is gonna affect your life in a bad way. So yeah, those two are key points. So I cut. For example, for me, red flag in people is they're smoking, they're clubbing 24/7. One day they act so right, the other day they just, let's go party, man, let's go have fun. Notification, hey Seb, you wanna hang out? Wanna go to the beach? Wanna do something? I'll be like, yeah, sure, because the friend who I'm talking to is actually nice. But then he shows me like, oh, this person will be there, this person will be. You know what? I'll ask my mom. If she says no, whatever. I'm not really. How would I put this? I won't be sad that I'm not going. Cause I don't agree. I don't care. I would. The only reason I would go is because I would try to spend with the time with the person who I actually appreciate. That's it.
Yeah,
Apart from that, yeah. Apart from that, it's pretty much yeah. Just surround yourself with people like who have the same perspective as you. It will boost your confidence. It will boost your motivation to do things. You will start doing something with them as well, how we with Ahmed did already,
yeah,
and oof, your life is gonna be way beyond happy, in my opinion. So surround yourself with people who have the same perspective as you.
yeah. And two things again that I want to say here. Like, first thing, some people might think like even if they hang out with people that don't have the same vision, that are kind of negative or something, like if you don't think it's going to affect you, trust me, it is going to affect you because I have seen this many times before as well. Like when you are with some people, you start acting the same way, you start talking the same way, and it's actually crazy sometimes because like um, I've seen this also in teams in CS, like when I've played with people. So there's 5 people in a team, so me and 4 other people, and we were together for 6 months. At the end of these 6 months, like we were pretty much talking the same way, we behaved the same way. Like I don't know how to explain, but it becomes like you become very similar to each other. You speak in the same way, you use the same words, like and I've noticed this with my close friends as well in school, because we talk all the time. Like it's we don't give a fuck about school. We just talk all the time. And I've noticed that when I start using some word very often, he's also gonna start using that word very often. And it's like you don't even notice it. It just comes with time. Like when I'm using it a lot, he starts using it a lot as well. Like you start talking the same way, you start acting the same way. So when you are around those negative people, you're not gonna feel it instantly, but with time you're gonna see that you're becoming kind of like them as well, and you start speaking like them, and you start viewing things like them. That's why you have to find better people to be around. And how you find better people to be around is you become that person first of all, because like let's say you want to be with people who are smart, people who care about their health, who go to the gym, who do martial arts maybe. If you sign up to a kickboxing club or something, or boxing or whatever, and you talk to the people there, then you're going to find people that have similar mindset to you, because that's the place where the people that want to care about their fitness go. If you go to the gym and you talk to some people there, it's going to be the same thing. And how it can be more difficult is at school, like you don't really have, because it's not like the gym. You're not, because when you go to the gym, you know that everyone there cares about fitness. But when you go to the school,
Mm-hmm.
everyone is different. So you kind of have to see how the people think and see who's really about it and who's kind of bullshitting. Because there are some people who are like, there's that one guy in my class that my friend is a lot into crypto, right? And he's making money from it and he's actually serious. And then there's the other guy who is also into crypto, but he's like doing bullshit, like he doesn't really know how to do things. He got scammed, like he had some crazy app that would have gave him a lot of profit. He downloads the app, he puts in whatever, like 200 euro, and in a few days this app disappears. Like literally, the app disappears. It's not on his phone anymore. And he put 200 euros in there and he cannot get them back because the app disappeared. So like there are people who don't really know what they're doing, but they're kind of trying to do something. Those people, you don't really want to be with them as well because they're kind of trying something, but not really. And there's
Lazy.
another, yeah, and there's another guy who was getting into crypto. He was talking about it for 1 month, like talking only about this, and then the next month I noticed like he doesn't talk about it at all. Why is that? You know, because he stopped, because he quit, because he doesn't care enough, because he's comfortable enough where he is, because like his parents have money and whatever, so he doesn't really give a fuck. Like he's comfortable where he is. So see what people uh, really want to do something and go to places where there are going to be people that are similar to you. Because like if you sit in your room and you think, yeah, I care a lot about fitness, I care about being fit, being strong, and you don't go to the gym and you don't talk to the people there, well, how are these people who care about fitness and care about their health, how are they going to find you? It's not possible.
Well, certainly yes, because for example, as you said, you need to go to places where. Oh yeah, you go to places where you will try to find people as close, if not the same, perspective. For example, as you said, school, right? When you go to school, there's people different
All
from
types
each
of
other.
people.
Yes, exactly. And I was like, if that's the problem, don't go to school. But not everyone can do that. Luckily, me, I had the opportunity to. Um, um, this year, because I wasn't really studying. There's no point. I knew I wasn't gonna pass, and I just skipped the last like 2-3 months of school by, well, not really. Okay, 2 months maybe. I skipped because I was just uh in a place working construction a little bit. So I was like, I'm not gonna pass the year. Why am I waste my time? So I might as well just go, just side work, get some money, get my money up, Like, what's better? Go around people who are stupid in school and waste my time, and I'm not gonna learn anything anyways because I'm not studying because I didn't want to, and I knew I was gonna pass anyways. Or go work, learn something new, have experience in work. Might as well, I don't know how to put this. When you're working, it can be any job in my opinion, any job. You're gonna learn a lot of new things. Experience is so valuable. Certainly made me valuable because I realized punctuation is really important. When you're saying you're gonna do something, you go there and you do. I didn't fuck around. They told me 9 a.m. work. You gotta be here every day. 9 a.m. I'm there. I make sure I'm there. I don't care if I'm sleepy. I don't give a single fuck. They told me 9 a.m. and I know I need to hope for this job. Like my only like source of income, kind of. Like I'm trying to fix my life here. I'm trying to get experience. Might as well earn some money. And they told me, like, we don't want to fuck around. If you want to work, work good. We don't need to. We're not gonna pay. We're helping you out as well. Because I was looking for a job, kind of. So punctuation is by surrounding yourself around people who are also disciplined. I, in my opinion, I certainly become disciplined when I was working that time, during the period of 1 month, in my opinion, because they told me, listen, this time you come, we work, you do this, do this, do this, do this, and we pay, and you go home, you chill. I come the time they told me, I worked, I got my money, and we chilled off. That's how it's supposed to be. When you're going around people who are not bigger than you, how would I put this? On a level of life success, or on here, and you're here, you gotta learn from them because there's a reason they're up there, right? There's the reason they're giving you a job, and not you giving them a job, right? There's a reason you work for them. There's a reason you work for them, because you know what I'm trying to say. So you gotta learn from those people. You gotta surround yourself around those people. You don't want to surround yourself around coworkers. You go to the boss. You spend time with them. Come on, think about it. So certainly that helped. And obviously, when you surround yourself there disciplined, like surround yourself around people who are disciplined and really, really, really disciplined. When they say 9 a.m. work, do this, I came 9 a.m. I'm repeating this all over, but it's just some people don't understand it from first time. Like it's crazy to me sometimes because I was so undisciplined. I was lazy. I didn't do shit. This 1 month fixed fixed me in a good way. Not forever, obviously. I might have slacked off a little bit, how everyone does, but at least I saw how spending time with good people who are disciplined is gonna make you disciplined. It's just crazy to me. Just this, the difference where I was and where I grew to was big. And plus, I earned experience and some money. So it's a win. It's a win in every situation. Either you go to earn experience, which is still a win, or you earn money and experience. Like so, like you go around people who are smarter than you as well. So take that as an opportunity. But yeah, not everyone have the opportunity to go and leave school or stuff like that because of their parents, obviously. But my mom supported on this. My mom did support me on this because she knew I was not gonna pass. So why waste time? Go work, experience, right? Way better choice rather than going around do fuck all in school with a bunch of retards, right? Sorry for the word, but in my opinion, I've met a lot of people who are retarded in school in some way. Not actually retarded guys, but yeah. So mom was like, "Okay, go work." So she met up with the with the guy. They had a good talk, and okay, I allow my son to work. Blah 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 blah. Stuff like this. That's it. And yeah, you kind of need to put yourself in a situation where you're looking for that experience. The guy who hired me was a father of my friend. My friend knew I was looking for a job. Connection, boom. Now I have something to do. Like how they put this. It's not everyone have connections, but make sure you're go around people who are disciplined and go around people who have connections as well. That's really good. Go around people who have connections. That's good. Yeah. So that was pretty much on surrounding yourself with people who have the same perspective and cutting off people who can affect negatively on you. As the story of Ahmed with his whatever that guy in school was, Jesus.
Yeah, it's crazy. And also, one thing about school, like if you stay in school, you're at least gonna see some people and how some people are, and then you know after school that you shouldn't really be associating with them. And also about girls, you're gonna know about the girls' past. Like you see some girls, like let's say you didn't go to that high school and you didn't know these girls, and then you meet these girls somewhere, and they're gonna seem like angels. But let's say these girls were in my class. If you knew what I know, these girls are the fucking devil. So
Yeah, I
like
feel
you're
that.
also
Yeah.
gonna know a lot about people, and you're gonna know what people to not be around afterwards. Because you see a person's like when you see the person throughout high school, you have seen years of a person's life. Like even if you're not friends with them, you see how years of their life go. So you know about their past, and you know like what type of person they are.
And that's good. What I've mentioned earlier is to surround your people with connections. So not okay, or you having yourself connections. If you're working and you have friends in other fields that are connected in some way to you. How, for example, let's say when I was working, I have friends in school. I have good friends to her who are good people that I still spend time with because they're actually genuinely good people. So I'll be like, "Hey, listen, you know this girl?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I do." I'll be like, "Oh, what grade she in?" He's like, "Oh, the other grade, the opposite one." I was like, "Oh, okay. Could you tell me about her?" He's like, "Yeah, of course. So here's her Instagram." I was like, "Oh, okay. Thanks. Appreciate that." And when you're in school, you follow every girl there is in school
Yeah, you
because
know
all of
everything
them will
about them.
exactly. And what the girls in school seek? Followers on Instagram. Every single one of them will accept you. I've I've been so many times I've proved that to myself. I'll be like, I'm gonna follow, but she's not gonna let me she's not gonna accept. What am I doing? That was back with like let's say like 2 years ago. I'm in school, like I'm liking the girl. Oh, I'm out of her league. It, the thing about also like I'm out of her league. That shit doesn't exist. That shit doesn't exist.
That does not
You never know
exist.
what the girls like taste, in people are. Who the fuck? Maybe she thinks you're hot. you know? But yeah, I used to think like, she's not gonna accept. I'm scared to click the blue button follow. Oh no, I'm scared. I'm nervous. Fuck that, man. That what I did. Instagram, you got Instagram? Oh shit. Oh, you do? Well, tell me. Follow? Okay. Follow me back though. That's it. That's how it was a normal interaction for me in school was. Oh, you got an Instagram? She's like, oh yeah, I do. And you're like, you mind me following it? And she's never gonna say no because every guy already has it. What's the point of her telling no? So yeah, either if you don't have the chance to do that, make sure you have people who know them. So
Yeah.
you're basically it's like working police, man. You have computer, you search name, it gives you information about them. That's how I've been with my friends in school. Hey, tell me all about them. He's like boom, everything, age, ex, their old relationships, whatever, everything. Does she smoke? Does she drink? Who is she? You know, what language does he speak? Stuff like this. So yeah, that certainly helped me a lot.
And about this following and stuff on Instagram, bro, at this point, when a girl follows me, I wait like 1 or 2 days because my profile is not like private because like what do I have to
Yeah,
hide?
same.
So
Like,
like
wait, yeah.
they follow me and I wait. This happened recently. Like some girl follows me and I see I have like 8 people of the people that I follow her. So I'm like, okay, she saw me through these people, and maybe I was thinking maybe she's gonna follow me, and then if I follow her, then she's gonna follow me. Because I've had girls do that, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna follow her. And on the next day, I check my Instagram and I see if she's still following me, and I saw she's not following me anymore. So she followed me. She waited to see if I will follow her, and then she would unfollow me and hope that I don't notice it. But I didn't follow her. I was like, I don't give a fuck. So
That is so smart, man. Oh my god, I have done that shit. You know what's the worst part?
what?
They still follow me. That's crazy though.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah. So that's true. You get to see the reaction, genuine reaction. They're not like, that happened to me. I followed the girl, she followed me back. What do I see in a week later? She doesn't follow me anymore.
Yeah, before I
So I was
used to be
like,
like,
yeah.
when a girl follows me, I'm like, wow, a girl follow me, and I follow her back, and I think maybe she's gonna message me or something. That's bro, fucking bullshit. She's gonna follow her and then unfollow her, most likely. Or like, there's a 1% chance uh, that, let's say, that girl is a friend of a girl in your class, and this girl that is from your class told her friend about you, and then she followed you on Instagram, and like, but that's 1% chance of it happening. Most likely,
Mm.
she's scrolling through somebody's following, and she follows everyone on there, and if they
Oh
don't
yeah.
follow, and she unfollows everyone 2 days later, and whoever followed her, and oh good.
Oh yeah, that's certainly true. Because people be do that to, it's how do I put this? It's like a technique to follow to get
To
followers.
get
Uh,
followers.
Also, what I've noticed what people do is when you follow somebody, I don't know if that's really a trick or I'm just like I'm tripping, but I think it's a thing. So basically, I follow a lot of people around the city where I live, right? Or people around the city or close to the city. So yeah, that was the same thing. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, so um, basically what they do is they go live and they instantly end it. What this does is it sends a notification to all of her followers that she started live, and they're like, oh, she's going live. They open, oh, it's not live anymore. What it does, it 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 develops this, how to put this, it's interest, you know, every
Yeah,
time it develops interest to them, you know, like, oh, remember I'm there in your Instagram, you still follow me, like it, how to put this, like it reminds me of look, I exist, you know, like it builds this interest towards the people.
I've never seen this before. This is actually crazy.
I swear, I'm not sure if I'm tweaking or anything, but I think that's a thing because I've seen so many of people I know do this,
That's actually
that
crazy.
I've studied with, and they go live, they end it, but because when you go live, it sends the notifications he's live, right? And they open it, they're like, "Oh, I'm not live. Why would you do that?" But so I started thinking, that was like 2 years ago. I started thinking, why would they do that? Why would they go live and instantly end it? And I fell for that shit so many times because I didn't know, like I didn't know, like I was just like, "Oh, she's live. Let me check what's happening."
That's so fucking
Uh,
stupid.
and she's not live.
That's like
So
so
yeah, I don't
desperate
know.
for attention. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
so desperate for attention, and it's like a trick that you get your followers to, you keep reminding them, hey, listen, you follow me, so like be interested or like something. I don't know how to put this, but I know Ahmed understands. I hope you guys understand as well what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know if you haven't ever fucking seen this before, but that's,
I never
imagine
seen it.
people
Like
do this here, and I swear, like,
that's
wow,
actually crazy.
you're so deeply like in, I don't know. Okay, so we've just talked about surrounding yourself with people and who have the same perspective and cutting them off. Not sure if I've said that already before, but we've just, you know, some things came up and we thought that would be good to share with you guys. So Ahmed, discipline. on fixing life.
Okay, yeah, discipline. I talked about this in the previous episode as well. Like, discipline is best used in order to execute your plan. So you need to have the goal, have the plan, and then that's where discipline comes in to follow your plan. And if you have a good plan and good discipline, you're gonna reach your goal and you're gonna surpass, and it's gonna be amazing. But in order to build discipline, you need to start with small and build your way up. Basically, it's like gaining XP and upgrading your discipline level. So start with small habits like cleaning up your room or making your bed, like checking if there's anything useless on your desk and putting it away. Start with small things like this, do them every day, and then start doing more things as well. Like if you want to make YouTube videos, like let's say 3 times per week, you're gonna be making a YouTube video and you're using discipline for that, and then using discipline to go to the gym and to work out and to do whatever you want, like to do shadowboxing for there. There's something I do uh, not every day, but every other day or like a few days in a row. On my phone, I set a 3 minute timer, so like a normal boxing round, and I do shadow boxing like a few rounds for 3 minutes each round and like 1 minute break between them. Then I go and I take a shower, sometimes a cold shower, sometimes normal, doesn't really matter. But these things can also be good because that also builds your discipline and it's not like that hard to do, and it also improves your physical condition because like I noticed when I do it one day for 3 rounds, then the next day I can do it for four, and then it becomes easier and easier to do more, and basically upgrades your stamina. And it also helps you with actually building up the skill of boxing or whatever you're doing, kickboxing, whatever. It is
Hmm.
really helpful to do this habit, in my opinion. It's a really cool thing.
Of course, you don't just make yourself do all type of stuff because you need to be disciplined. No, you start little by little. This is stuff that isn't hard to do. Make your bed, little by little. It's an achievement. You did it, right? So go wash your dishes. I don't know. Um, Clean your room. Little by little, you develop discipline. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. As I mentioned before, also, uh, what can boost your level of discipline by a lot is spending time with people of discipline who have crazy amount of discipline though. Because if you're gonna like how to put this, if you're gonna surround yourself with people who already have discipline, but it's like there, but at the same time sometimes it isn't. You're gonna be like, oh, they're like me. They're like me, and it's okay. Sometimes it's fine to not be disciplined. It's not. You gotta surround yourself with people who are like fucking, job everything they do. They make sure they do it, and you know, there we go. That's that will boost your discipline when you're gonna be spending your time around people like them. So yeah, I think that will help in discipline pretty much.
And the people that
Um,
all the time are
mhm.
partying or relaxing, going to the beach and whatever, like if you're partying every week, what are you partying for? Like, what are you partying for? Did you do something this week special? Like, for me, the club is like after you did something great, you go to celebrate it, or like after a hard week, you go to have some fun or whatever. But like, if the whole week you are doing nothing, the whole week you're going to the pool, the whole week you're going to the club, like, what are you even doing this for? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, and I started developing this kind of undertake thing sometimes, where if I go to the pool or whatever with friends, I'm thinking, if I was home right now, think of how much work I could have done right now. I wanted to do this, but now I'm here
Mm.
and I cannot do it. Like, I get that sometimes, and a lot of people don't have that. So if you just start working now and you start building your habits and executing your plan, you're gonna become like that. Because if you do your plan for 5 days and then on the sixth day you go somewhere, you're gonna be like, fuck, today I could have done this, this, and this, and that would have helped me so much, but now I'm here and I'm chilling. But what am I doing this for? I haven't achieved anything, so why the fuck am I resting? From what am I resting? Like those people who
Some
go to the beach to relax, like what are you relaxing from? You're relaxing from your sleep, like you sleep, you wake up and you go to the beach. Are you relaxing from sleeping? What are you relaxing from? You didn't do anything.
I think work should be part of your life every day, all the time. because this way it has kind of like purpose. I feel like that today you didn't waste your day. But at the same time, some people are so fucking lazy when they think about it. Oh, I could have done so much things, and they don't give a fuck anymore. I've been like this before. I'm not gonna lie. So like, I realize I've wasted a day, and I'd be like, oh well, cannot do cannot do much about it anymore, right? So why should I care that much anymore? And it's kind of fucked up how lazy people can be. I've been one of them, and hopefully I'm not anymore. Not as lazy as I was. So certainly not. So yeah, that's good to remind yourself sometimes when you're lacking off. Why the fuck are you lacking off? Wake up. Stop
And
doing it.
you always can do something. Like even
Of course.
wherever you are, you can still do something. Like let's say if you're doing YouTube, you can while you're by the pool, you can open up your notes and you can write down some ideas for videos, or you can put out some tweets or whatever. Because like on Twitter, when you get a certain amount of followers, then you can get paid per the views of the tweet or whatever, like things like this. So Twitter can be also useful. You can tweet some things from time to time. You can, I don't know, you can learn something. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Like if you have your phone there, you can do something that can help you for sure. So
I've met this guy once. When I was making CS Team back in last year June. Sorry, right? Last year January. And it was it was last year. Um so level 10 for people who understand. I've tried to make a good team with them in CS game that me and Ahmed played. And I met him over a year ago. So like 1.5 years ago, right? And then all of a sudden he texts me, "Hey, listen, you live in Spain?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "I'm gonna go to Spain." I was like, "Oh, where about?" And he tells me like the location, and that's like 1 hour away from me. And I was like, "Bro, we should link up, right?" Anyways, long story short, we do link up. Come to Spain, 1 hour drive. His father takes him here. We meet up. Great guy. Um, but what I've noticed that his father was like, uh, so we officially met. He's like, "Oh, these are my parents, right?" So I was like, "Hello, sir," blah blah blah, stuff like this. And he's like, "Well, where could you recommend like for her to like to go to the beach? And for me, I need like I just need where I could like just put my laptop on and I need to work a little bit." You're on vacation. You bring your laptop with you in bar, fucking drink a little bit while your girl is there at the beach or something having fun. You quick on laptop. Work, okay, work. Done this, okay. 1 hour. Relax. That's what you're supposed to relax from. And even that guy, when he has his friend over, somewhere there at the beach, in the bar, he connects his with phone hotspot quick. Okay, this done, okay, okay. Okay, now I can drink a margarita. Okay, like, how, how cool is that?
yeah.
It's not even like cool, it's like, how disciplined this guy is. He's like, I could do when I come home. No, he brings laptop with him. Work on it. Okay, I'm working. In bar at the beach. At the beach in a bar.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Ahmed meant. You can be anywhere and you still can do something.
Yeah, you don't even
So,
need to bring a laptop. If you have a phone with you, you can do something, like something.
or if you can bring your laptop and if you need to, bring it.
Yeah.
Go on. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, damn. So, yeah, that's pretty much it on what I want to say on like discipline in terms of like do not waste your time and do something. Make sure you're not wasting your time and not wasting your day and trying to put in some work to make sure you're not slacking off and keeping your progress up. Like that Sigma guy. I didn't mean to say Sigma, but like it's literally a Sigma move. Like damn.
And also something that I've heard Hamza mention, and I just remember this, when in his full guide on discipline, I had a 3 or 4 hour video on discipline, I really recommend that video. Go to Hamza on YouTube and watch his discipline guide. So you can type Hamza discipline guide. It's like 3 or 4 video, amazing 3 or 4 hour video, amazing YouTuber. He explains it really well, and he mentioned something about basic attack. So basically, in games and in League of Legends, let's say, when you right click on somebody, there's your basic attack, like, and then you have your abilities. So your basic attack in the day is going to be what you default to. So when you zone out, what are you doing? When you're not really doing anything, what are you actually doing? Because there isn't a point at which you're doing nothing, you're doing something. So make that something. What you can make it is in some way learning. So it can be reading, but I know none of your lazy guys is gonna go and read just randomly. So what you can do is you can watch podcasts. You can watch whatever the fuck podcast you want. You can watch our podcast. You can watch Fresh and Fit. You can watch Andrew Huberman. You can watch Chris Williamson. You can watch whoever you want. But instead of wasting your time with bad habits and doing some bullshit, watch a podcast. Instead of watching meme videos or instead of scrolling on Instagram reels, go and watch some kind of a podcast because it's also gonna be interesting and it's also gonna be fun. But in the same time, you're gonna be learning something and you're gonna be upgrading your knowledge. You're gonna learn about certain topics. You're gonna get some things that can help you. You're gonna get some ideas. You can learn new things that are going to help you process things and improve your mindset, improve your vision on things, and things like that. So basically, when you're not really doing anything, just watch a podcast. Don't do bullshit. Just watch something else that you can learn from, basically.
Watch us.
Yeah, watch us. And also on Instagram, if you're scrolling fucking the reels and you're seeing memes all the time, like it's useless. But what you could do, if you want to scroll so much, you can follow some kind of accounts that are for like motivation. You can follow accounts that are like whatever, Hustlers University, Tate University, like all of those pages. And when you're scrolling on Instagram, you're gonna be seeing Andrew Tate all over the place and some motivational things and things like that. So at least again, you're doing something. You're not really doing bullshit.
You're kind of turning your bad habit into good habits.
Yeah, a little.
Habits, sorry. Kind of. But it works. It works.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's, I guess, on discipline. By the way, what Ahmed has mentioned on Hamza Ahmed. This guy, I just googled him quickly on YouTube. So how to actually be more disciplined, full discipline guide on how to work hard. 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 1.3 million views, 500,000 views. So yeah, definitely go watch him. I watched him before, so make sure you do that. And because there's so many influencers out there that can help you, so make sure you know try to learn something instead of like just scrolling on Instagram, as he said.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, so we're pretty much done for this episode with by talking about on how to fix life. So this was part 1. There'll be part 2 coming out on Wednesday. So guys, stay tuned. And yeah, Ahmed, hit the closer.
Yeah, so basically that was it for this episode. As Seb said, we're gonna have another episode come out. You're most likely watching this on Tuesday if you're watching it as it comes out. Maybe you're watching it after that. If you're watching it after Wednesday, then you have both episodes. But this will probably upload on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we'll have the second part. So stay tuned for that and watch that. But anyways, guys, that was it for this episode. Remember to leave a like if this video helped you, if this podcast helped you. Leave a like and subscribe to our channel to not miss out on any upcoming content. Thank you for watching.